Today, we are going to be looking at the unsolved mystery of the Annecy shootings. This is a case that has left law enforcement as well as the general public puzzled for over 12 years. Despite there being plenty of leads, the person responsible for this case has never been identified. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video about one of the most bizarre cases of recent times. On Wednesday the 5th of September 2012 near Chevaline, Haute-Savoie, France, 53-year-old ex-RAF pilot Brett Martin was cycling up a remote mountain road near Lake Annecy when he came across a scene of utter chaos in a secluded lay-by. Martin saw a BMW jammed against the mountainside, with its windows smashed, the engine still running and rear wheel spinning. Initially he thought that this was the scene of a car accident, but as he approached the vehicle he saw that the windows had gunshot holes in them. As Martin peered into the car, he was met with a truly harrowing sight: the bodies of a British family, each with 2 gunshot wounds to the head. The 3 victims consisted of 50-year-old Iraqi-born Saad al-Hili, his wife, 47-year-old Iqbal, and her mother, 74-year-old Suhaila al-Alaf. Brett Martin also discovered the body of 45-year-old French cyclist Sylvain Mollier sprawled across the road, who had sustained 7 gunshot wounds. Martin also found 7-year-old Zainab, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. al-Hili, stumbling around aimlessly. As he approached the young girl, he observed that she was groaning in pain, and had been shot in her shoulder, and had injuries to her head. Specialist investigators later discovered 4-year-old Zina, youngest daughter of Mr. and Mrs. al-Hili, hiding in the footwell of the car, underneath the skirt of her lifeless mother. She had been there for 8 hours, even while the French authorities were at the scene. She was alive and completely unharmed. Now the question was, who was responsible for these dreadful murders, and what was their motive? There are many theories surrounding this case, so we will now go over some of the most plausible conspiracies. The first theory that we'll be looking at is that Zaid al-Hili, brother of Saad al-Hili, was responsible for the murders. Zaid was a main suspect in the investigation, due to the ongoing feud between him and his brother over the ownership of a house in Surrey. Reports say that months prior to the murder, a physical altercation had broken out between the brothers. Following this dispute, all communication between Saad and Zaid was carried out via their solicitors. Investigators believed that Zaid had hired an assassin to murder Saad, in order to have full possession over the house. In 2013, Zaid was questioned and arrested on suspicion of conspiracy to commit murder, but released shortly after without being charged, as there was not enough evidence to prosecute him. Another theory, also probably the most popular one, is what the French authorities initially believed to be true. This was what they called the lone psychopath theory. In October 2012, confidential police files on the case were leaked to a French newspaper, showing investigators believed the killings were carried out by a lone and psychologically disturbed killer. This would suggest that the killings were random and not targeted. Another popular theory is that the French cyclist, Sylvain Mollier, was the intended target, and the family members were only murdered because they were witnesses of the original murder. Brett Martin, the man who discovered the murder scene, said in an interview with police that he recalled seeing a person speeding off on a motorcycle soon after the murders took place. The 2 surviving girls told police that the suspect was wearing a black leather jacket and a helmet. Evidence that supports this theory that the French cyclist was the intended target is that ballistic evidence suggests that he was shot first. Arrests continue to be made, up until 2022, however, no one has ever been charged with the quadruple murder of the al-Hilis and Sylvain Mollier. This is a case that left investigators and police truly baffled. How could the killer have gotten away with such a heinous crime? If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future, and be sure to comment below what your theory is surrounding this bizarre case. I would love to hear what you guys think. Thank you.